God, okay.
From the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C., this is NewsVision, a newscast written, reported, and produced by capstone journalists in the Department of Media, Journalism, and Film.
Good afternoon, I'm Taylor Thibodaux.
And I'm Kaprielle Trenard.
Welcome to NewsVision, the capstone class for broadcast journalism students at the Mecca of higher education, Howard University.
The 2020 general election is a year away, but today's local races may serve as a precursor for what's to come. Multiple states are hosting local elections today. Residents in Mississippi and Kentucky are each choosing their new governor for their gubernatorial races. Residents in Virginia are possibly electing an entirely new state legislator. Other relevant elections include presidential candidate Pete Buttigieg's hometown of South Bend, Indiana, who will be electing a new mayor. Buttigieg did not decide to run for re-election due to his current presidential race.
All across the country, people are pleading with a Texas governor to stop the execution of Rodney Reed, a man convicted of rape and murder in 1996. The case has gained attention all over social media, even among celebrities like Kim Kardashian and Meek Mill. Reed has maintained his innocence the entire time he has been on death row. As days lead up to his execution, people are sharing a petition online to stop it.
Howard University hosted an award-winning New York Times journalist, Nikole Hannah-Jones, to speak about her highly acclaimed 1619 project. This special edition examines the horrors and impact of slavery in the U.S. and the rich contributions of Black Americans. Students, faculty, and the Howard community took part in the candid discussion co-sponsored by Howard's Department of Media, Journalism, and Film and the Pulitzer Center. NewsVision reporter Khary Armster was there.
Please join me in welcoming Nikole Hannah-Jones in conversation with Professor Leonard.
Howard University welcomed Nikole Hannah-Jones for an evening discussion about her New York Times special feature. Nikole Hannah-Jones is an award-winning investigative journalist and the creator of the 1619 Project. The 1619 Project was released in August, and its intention was to help reshape the way Americans remember and think about the legacy of slavery. Hannah-Jones talked about what motivated her to establish the magazine so that others may read it.
I really wanted this project to answer that question that Black people get all the time, which is slavery ended 150 years ago, why don't you get over it? And I wanted to show that our country has not gotten over it and that it is impacting every American, whether you're white, Black, immigrant, Native American, that the legacy of slavery impacts us all and that it is alive today.
She also discussed the process for how all the essays were developed.
When I conceived of the project, I knew that I wanted it to be about modern American life. So as we were deciding what stories were going to be in there, we were starting with the present, not the past. So we were saying what things about modern American life that impact almost all Americans can be traced back to slavery.
The conversation was moderated by Howard University professor Yannick Rice-Lamb, who shared her thoughts about the evening.
I'm very excited about tonight's program. I think it's really important that this project is underway. So a lot of people need to know more about our history and how it's tied to the present, and especially the reframing of what has happened in the past.
Howard University was one of several HBCUs to receive hard copy editions of the 1619 Project. Students were eager to see the voice behind these words.
I've listened to part of the podcast. I've looked at the digital experience online. Hearing her in person, explain, it was kind of like in-person footnotes explaining as to why she made such choices that she did.
For Howard University NewsVision, I'm Khary Armster.
The 1619 Project touched many readers as the New York Times originally ran out of physical copies in August when it was released. As you can see, the history of the enslavement of African people in the United States has been reframed and brought before a larger audience.
Renowned journalist Nikole Hannah-Jones went into great depth about her 1619 project. I talked to students at Howard University who joined in on the conversation with their thoughts.
Nikole Hannah-Jones arrived back at Howard University for a Reframing Our History discussion about her 1619 project. Based on the reactions, her piece was well received and respected by students on campus.
The darkness of slavery is something that's likes to be pushed under the rug by our media, by our education system, by our governmental system, by our economic systems, and to be able to see someone else get to the platform to tell those stories is something that I aspire to do as an up-and-coming journalist.
In order to understand the brutality of American capitalism, you have to start on the plantation. One of the many quotes inside of the project 1619 that documented the enslavement of Africans in the United States. Nikole Hannah-Jones took it upon herself to use her talents and her gifts to expose the truth about Black history.
Tia Humphreys describes how this project will inspire generations to come.
I feel like as we move, like as generations continue to grow up and like we just have get more and more removed from slavery and things like civil rights, I feel like projects like this serve as that reminder. So like no future generations might not experience the extent of slavery, the extent of civil rights, but they have to understand and know that this is where their people came from, this is where our origins are, and why we are the great people that we are.
To realize that what we've been told is not the truth. And we have to continue to filter what we're being told.
For Howard University NewsVision, I'm Taylor Thibodaux.
Even back then I questioned. You know, I'm actually really glad they brought that event to Howard University because it was extremely inspiring.
And informative as well. So as you can see, Capstone students work hard to bring you the best content and the truth about what's going on in your neighborhood.
And coming up, more of the stories that affect you. But first, here's a sneak peek at the hard work it takes to put our shows on the air.
Here at NewsVision, we take your right to know seriously.
Rain or shine, NewsVision is dedicated to giving you the truth from the nation's capital.
Spending hours and hours editing to give you the best content.
I'll come in here. You can call the board. Oh my God, I have to call NewsVision. We're there when you need us, all the time. Howard University's NewsVision.
Yay!